Hello, my name is DC. I'll be giving a match analysis for Sierra Leone versus Zambia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Sorry for the late uploads. I've just been going through a lot, especially with the load shedding. Otherwise, I will promise to be uploading more. So let's get into this one. Alright, so here, as you can see, Zambia gets the ball. The Zambian player turns around the Sierra Leone player and he starts driving. What he does next is that he continues driving. So now that's already a problem. That is already a problem. When someone starts his run here in his own half and continues running, he's barely contested and he manages to reach here. And then you're only left with two center backs. That's a major concern. Major concern. That was way too easy. And then now the problem here is that I don't know what type of system they have because I don't really think they lost the ball in transition. So the fact there's only like one and then there's two Sierra Leone players in this particular region. And then look at all the Zambian players that are near the box. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, about 4 Zambian players. I can't really say I'm not really counting him because if you do like this, he's barely affecting the play. But the fact that Zambia outnumbered Sierra Leone in their own box is very worrying. And then what I do like here is that this player will make a run. Oh, that's a terrible line. Okay, let's use this. You see, so this Zambian player here makes a run through this region. So what it does is that it makes the defender that is over here to think, should I stay or should I go? But now the problem is he should definitely go because it's better he at least attempts to block off this attempted shot, because at this point he's not doing anything, he's just standing there. And I know he's the last man, but I do feel like he should have just went in. Maybe he could have done a curved run so that we could attempt to get the ball. Otherwise, let's let this play. Look at that, an uncontested shot at the edge of the box, and that's what happens. I mean, that was so easy, but like I've mentioned before, the fact that the Zambian player in his own half managed to dribble, okay, let's also give him his credit there. But now look at this. You are practically outnumbered in your own half or near your goal. And the fact that no one even decides to pick him up, they are so outnumbered that he can only stand. He can only stand. Whether if he goes, he might pass it to the person that was running. If he stays, the goal has just shown. That's the consequence of whatever Sierra Leone was doing here. Otherwise, kudos for the Zambians for taking advantage of that, and that's a well-taken goal, considering it's outside the box. I mean, look at this. He barely attempts to get the ball. Look at that. That's their whole midfield that has just been played through like that. And he picks out his teammate well, and that's a lovely hit. Otherwise, these are the consequences. That's a consequence of not properly setting up your, how can I say, your system to avoid people running through like that. That's very dangerous. I think I think I went a bit too far. Still, this is a bit too far. Alright, somewhere in this region here. I skipped it unnecessarily. I want to see the whole build up. Alright, so he plays the ball and already there's a problem. 3 Sierra Leone players here. And then everyone is just behind in the ball. Let's see, another. So that's 3, 6, 9. And I'm assuming the striker is there. And then now look at the gap that is here in the midfield. That gap is too much. That's too much of a gap. Because if there was someone here, there would have been someone that could have at least stood in front of the center backs and hopefully dealt with that cross or just slowed down the person that was receiving that cross. That is more danger. Sierra Leone, how are you playing? Alright, so Zambian player. Now here's a problem. I know that this is where the Sierra Leone player should have pushed even further so that he ensures the Zambian player does not drop that ball in peace. Alright, so the Zambian player receives it. And now look at this. He is ahead of the defender. No one is marking him. And look at that. He is free in the box. No one is also marking him. As this Zambian player takes a shot. This is a problem. Do you know why? There are 3 players that are not being marked or not even being taken care of. This is a problem because once there's a deflection or the keeper spills it, there will be no one to protect the keeper, as it will show as we move forward. Look at that. Keeper saves it, but the fact is that no one decided to cover him. And I don't know, I feel Sierra Leone were very slow to defend. And the Zambian player scores. It takes advantage of poor defending by Sierra Leone. He's feeling very happy. Yeah, the fact that this is why you need a midfielder, because if there was a midfielder here, it's very dangerous for a defender to move, because once he moves, he will open up a space, and this player can also run into that space. So it will be like this. If he pushes out, he can run curved like that to avoid getting offside. Maybe the Zambian player can play a chip ball or something, but I don't think it's likely that he will do that. So now he managed to take a shot uncontested. You have seen the Zambian player here. Not everyone has stopped paying attention to him, and he's the first one to react, and he scores. Okay, let's look at this one more time. Look at that. That's a powerful hit. It actually hits the post, and the Zambian player finishes it. It's a bob finished. He hits it into the ground, then strikes it into the net. Otherwise, that was my match analysis of Sierra Leone versus Zambia. Yep, Zambia has qualified for the AFCON. That is great. Thank you, Mr. Avram Grant. We really do appreciate the Zambians the results you're giving us. And that's it. I will see you in the next match analysis.